Now there are some awesome options right now for sourcing great video background music. So in this video, we're gonna look at the leading sites as well as my picks for the best royalty-free music sites for your videos in 2020. Hey, it's Justin Brown here from Primal Video, where we help you grow an audience and scale your revenue with online video. If you're new here, make sure you click that subscribe button, and all the links to everything we mentioned in this video, you can find linked in the description box below. So let's jump into it. Music is a key element of every video, which is why it's so great to see some amazing sites popping up, offering a huge range of music for creators. Now there are some great free options for anyone that's just starting out, and some incredible all-you-can-eat subscriptions for those people who are looking for more options. So we're gonna run through both my picks for free options and paid options right now. And while we're running through, make sure to share your favorite music site down in the comments below. There's new ones popping up all the time, so let us know what you've found and what you're currently using, and you can also check out what everyone else is using down there as well. Now the first thing to remember when you're looking at any royalty-free licensing is that you need to check what license you're actually purchasing, or what license you're actually agreeing to when you're downloading free music as well. You want to make sure that you can legally use the music in your videos so that you reduce the chance of getting one of those painful copyright strikes on your channel at a later date. So I'll mention some of the key considerations for each of the options as we go, but make sure that you do your own research for your own specific use case to make sure that you don't get into trouble. Okay, so starting off with the free options, the first one is YouTube itself. YouTube actually offers some free music in their music library for you to use in your YouTube videos. You can find this under the YouTube Studio and then down under Audio Library. So while it is pretty cool that YouTube does give you access to some free music that you can use when you're creating your videos, the library that they offer is pretty limited. And given that this is YouTube's own free music, you're gonna find that a lot of people are gonna jump straight in here and use this in their videos. So you'll find that a lot of people are using the same music tracks if you're going to be using these in your videos too. It's also worth noting that these music tracks you can only use in your YouTube videos. So if you are going to be repurposing your content or using your video somewhere else outside of YouTube, then the license for you to use these doesn't cover that. The next free option I've got for you is Free Music Archive. Now this is a big step up when it comes to free music than what you're gonna get on YouTube. There are so many more options, so many more music tracks, and it even makes it pretty easy for you to find things with the simple categories and even the search functionality that they have in there. The biggest thing you need to be aware of with Free Music Archive is, again, the licensing stuff. You really wanna dive in and make sure that you are compliant when you're using their tracks. As a general rule with Free Music Archive, you're going to need to add credits either into your video itself or into the description or any text that's accompanying your video. You're gonna need a credit where you got the music from. So Free Music Archive, but likely also the artist that created it and any other required information from Free Music Archive. So not a deal breaker, but definitely something you're gonna wanna know to make sure that you're including everything that you need to be compliant to use those free tracks. Now, just before we jump into the paid options, which is where I'd strongly recommend you're considering going for finding your music for your videos, there's one more place that I wanna mention, and that is back on YouTube. There are lots of YouTube channels out there that are offering free or copyright-free or royalty-free music for you to use in your videos. Just doing a quick YouTube search, you'll find a heap of channels there that are offering just that. Now, once again, you will need to look at each individual channel, read the terms and conditions and how and where you can use the music. And for the most part, again, you're going to need to add the credits or the attribution to the artist or whoever produced the audio. And each individual channel that you go to might have totally different requirements. Now, while this might sound like a really good option, I think this is something that could take up a heap of your time finding music. You might find one channel that has a couple of songs that you like, but then to go and find more, you literally could be spending hours searching through channels, listening to the different tracks that they have, the different types of music that they have. It's not all in one area, which means it's gonna take you a lot longer to find the music for your videos. And with that as well, that comes back to the individual channel requirements as to what you're required to do to use each of those individual tracks. So over time, that could be an absolute nightmare to monitor and to track which songs you're using and where and how often you can use them and where they can go, instead of just having all your music from one place with one consistent license. So if you are looking for something a little simpler, a little cleaner, and obviously suitable for any video project, then there are some great paid options out there. And it really wasn't that long ago that the only options you had when you were purchasing music like this was on an individual track by track basis from things like Premium Beat, Audio Jungle, Musicbed, Audio Network, and that process could definitely get get expensive fast. But these days, things are so much simpler and so much easier with some awesome subscription music services out there. So for the most part with these services, you'll pay either a monthly fee or an annual fee to access their massive library of music tracks. And the licensing is so much simpler. Depending on which plan you're on or which account you have, you'll know what licensing requirements you have, what you need to do, when you can use your tracks, and it's going to be consistent for all of your music tracks, which is going to save you so much time and potential headaches. Now, there's actually quite a few subscription platforms out there now offering a monthly or annual fee to access their music libraries. My top 3 recommendations are the ones that we're going to jump into now. These 3 are in no particular order. I also want to say that this is not a sponsored video, but I will be sharing my thoughts and recommendations and also what we use and the order in which we use the different sites towards the end of this video. So the first one then is Epidemic Sound. Now this is a really popular option out there for YouTubers, for content creators, but also for businesses looking for music for their videos as well. Just like the next 2 options, Epidemic makes it really easy for you to quickly jump in and find the right music for your videos. They let you narrow it down by the genre and even the mood that you're looking to create in your videos to really help you dial and filter down that massive library to something that is going to be related relatively quickly. One of the key differences with Epidemic though is that it's not just a music library. There's also a huge amount of sound effects in there as well that you can access to use in your videos. Now, in regards to pricing and licensing, there's really 2 main options that you've got with Epidemic. The first one is their personal plan, which they say is perfect for individuals soundtracking content on their personal channels. So included in that, you get full access to their library of 30,000 tracks and 60,000 sound effects with unlimited downloads of any of those. All of the music and sound effects are cleared for use on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, and also podcasts as well. And there's also no limitation or restriction around the size of your YouTube channel, which they used to have in a previous pricing model. If you had a smaller channel, the price would be different to if you had a much larger following. So the personal plan is US $15 per month or $144 for the year. Now the commercial plan up from that gives you everything included in the personal, and you're also covered here to use these music tracks in any sort of digital advertising as well. So if you want to repurpose your videos, you want to create maybe a Facebook ad or a Google ad, YouTube ad, then you're able to do this with this plan. Now the last option that's mentioned there probably isn't going to apply to most people, but you'll need to look at that if you are going to be creating something for broadcast, something for TV, even a TV ad, then those aren't covered under the previous subscriptions. But they do still offer as a different option the ability to purchase a license for an individual track, starting at $99 per individual track and going up to nearly $2,000 per track. So when you start to look then, $99 for one track or jumping on one of their subscription plans of $15 per month or $49 per month kind of makes the subscriptions a no-brainer. The next option on the list is Artlist. Now this is one that we've been using and recommending for a long time, and I really think that they have an amazing offer. Just like Epidemic, they've got a great catalog of music, and once again, they make it easy to search through and find those music tracks. Now, I don't know about you, but if you've ever sat down to try and find music, and you sit there listening, no, that's not a fit. Play the next one, no, that's not a fit. That's a mind-numbing process personally. So I like that these 3 options that I'm giving you actually make that much, much easier for you to find your music. But what I really like about Artlist is I think they make it the easiest out of the 3 options that I'm covering here to find music. And that comes down to the categories that they have. They seem to go a level deeper when it comes to sorting through the music, which makes it so much easier for you to quickly find music tracks for your videos. Probably the biggest thing that I love about Artlist is how simple they've made their subscription model. You literally have one plan to choose from, and that plan gives you access to everything, and you can download and use your music tracks pretty much everywhere without any set requirements or needing to upgrade to the next plan. It is a one fee for everything. I think they even say something on their website like one price, unlimited possibilities. And this is why I love Artlist. You can literally use your music on YouTube, on Facebook, in client work as well. And if you want to repurpose your content, or you want to turn your video into an ad, or if you're going to create something for broadcast or a TV commercial, you're covered with this one fee. And that one fee, $199, that's ridiculously cheap for what you're getting access to. So this makes all the licensing stuff really, really simple. There's no needing to upgrade plans if you decide to change or want to do something else with your video at a later date. You pay once and you can use the music in your videos pretty much anywhere. And the third option then is Musicbed. Now this is another one that's fairly recently upgraded their pricing plans to now have a all-you-can-eat subscription model as well, which I think is fantastic. That's not to say that the other two are bad, but consistently Musicbed, I would say, has higher quality music than both Epidemic and Artlist. Now, once again, Musicbed has a phenomenal library of music for you to choose from, and they also make it really easy for you to navigate through all the different categories and everything to find the tracks that you're looking for. But what I really like about the search functionality in Musicbed is when you actually perform a search, it doesn't just search the categories, it doesn't just search the title of the track, it also searches the lyrics. So if you're looking for a music track that is themed or mentions a certain word, then this is an awesome addition to have in there. Another thing that really stood out to me on Musicbed was the level of the quality of the music tracks on there that had vocals on them. They sounded like music tracks that you would expect to hear on the radio, or just like the tracks that you do hear on the radio. That's not to say that Epidemic and Artlist don't have tracks like that too, but I found consistently on Musicbed, I was blown away with the quality of the music tracks on there. So in regards to pricing then, there's actually quite a few options. They've got a personal plan, which they've got marked as YouTube or social, starting at $9 per month. So this will cover you for your YouTube channel or any social media content that you're not running as an ad or you're not boosting. If you're creating wedding videos, they have a specific plan there for you at $59 per month. Or if you want to use your music tracks for business use, then that's where you want the business plan, which is $89 per month. But that will let you use your music tracks in any sort of digital advertising or for boosting your social media posts too. So while the $9 per month plan is going to work out pretty cheap, if you're more on the business side of things, and that is a decent step up in price. And just like Epidemic, you can also purchase a one-off track license as well without going to the subscription model, starting at $49 per track or $199 for business. So those are my top 3 recommendations right now: Artlist, Epidemic Sound, and Musicbed. Now, I'd recommend Artlist to anyone looking for the simplest solution when it comes to music licensing. They've got an awesome catalog of music. It's really easy to find stuff, and the licensing is so straightforward. You pay the annual fee, $199. You can download as much as you want, and you can use it wherever you want. If you're only interested in creating videos for YouTube with no interest in converting it into a boosted post or a digital ad down the track, then that's where the $9 plan from Musicbed or the $15 plan from Epidemic Sound could be the best one for you. So as for where I go or our team goes when we're looking for music for our videos, it is to either Artlist or to Epidemic Sound. All of the videos on our YouTube channel really have music from one of these two places. And it's really cool to see that Musicbed's now got a really compelling offer out there as well. And again, all of these services have some sort of free trial, so you can jump in and test and see which one is going to be the best one for you. And again, links are in the description. Now, music is just one part of the video creation process. So if you're keen to edit your videos faster and eliminate unnecessary rework, then check out the link on screen now to download our free guide running through the most efficient video editing process, the Primal Video method. And I'll see you in the next one.